We have arrived at the finale of the Guild Wars 2 expansion, Janthir Wilds. We have fought monsters, titans, and more, only for our last steps to be riddled with more questions than answers. The ending was alright, to a degree. Here is what happened. Major Janthir Wilds spoilers throughout. We pick up the tale here at the Bloodstone Wreckage, because we know that the Titans are all about sucking that sweet, sweet forbidden candy for power. Well, as we are researching, Waiting Sorrow joins us and makes a huge push for us to try out the Heart of the Obscure on them. Apparently, the Heart of the Obscure can nullify all the ruby red rockets.
What did he say?
And if we can remove all of the Bloodstones of their power, we thus remove the advantage that the Titans have. But if we mess up, we can basically set off a nuke and ruin this entire place. No pressure! So we go over to start sucking the Bloodstone shards to figure out if it's effective or not, and somehow we cause it to explode. Kaith literally just asked us not to do that, and the first thing we did was cause a big old red pop. Well, right after that, some shadow people appear and they start teaching us a history lesson. And I'm trying to listen and focus, but in this time, Waiting Sorrow is going full Archmage on this one Spectre. She's doing the most work. Look at her spells. I swear, if Elementalists actually had her abilities, they would be played a lot more. Well, the ghost is Rhea Ingram, and she basically gives us all the business about us being traitors and stuff like that. But dude, remember, hey, you're the ones who are dead, all right? I died once technically, but that's neither here nor there. So we run around sucking all of the danger red juice out of all these Kool-Aid Man spires, dodging bombs and talking to all the ghosts and such to find out a better picture of what happened here and maybe if they can give us some information. Everything's cool until we talk to the May twins. These two are creepy. I think it's like a brother and a sister, but they're just finishing each other's sentences and doing the kind of shining thing. I don't know. I didn't like it. I wasn't like it. Well, we get to one of the last ones, and it's this really sad tale about a coding cub who was caught and sacrificed in some type of Aztec ritual. Good gracious, a kid? Well, we finish up and of course have to confront Waiting Sorrow because she is the legendary lost voice of the Lowland Coden. Basically, the legend goes that all Lowland Codens are her descendants. How old is this bear? And by the way, the only reason that we found this out is because we snooped into Isgarin's special unicorn diary that we weren't supposed to read, but we're the Wayfinder. We have Providence. Well, back at the homestead, we talked to our squad about our plan, and basically we have to kill both of these titans at the same time before they drink all the red river flow from all the rocks. Before we can get any further, Stoic Alder shows up. And this dude knew where to find us. He's got that BPS, the bear positioning system. Well, now it's up to Sorrow to explain herself to Alder, who basically assumed that she was still fading Aurora, the bear that he's always known. And he was actually just really scared because he thought she was dead. And this becomes even more of a problem if you remember that Alder had a Bare Necessities crush on her. This poor dude, man, I really hate to disappoint him. He just is always sad. He's a sad bear. Well, he takes it roughly because he says he's ready to join us in a fight against the Titans, but then also drops the line, "This discussion is not done," which basically means that Dad is pissed because you all are farting around and lying to him. We even go to talk to him and he just says more sad bear noises. It could be the slow bear speech that he puts through, but I don't know. It's you're disappointing Dad. We meet up at the Sentry to fight these Titans, which I'm why is it just us? Why not bring a number of soldiers, the Alliance, an army, something? There's an airship around here somewhere. We got to use it. It hasn't been destroyed in the trailer, so come on now. Well, the two Titans are working together, and Greer is Bloodstone healing while Decima is basically standing guard. So we get into it with Decima, dealing as much damage as we can. My off weapon, I actually have decided to move away from the double swords and go into a greatsword, and let me be the first to say that it actually slaps. And the ambush skill is actually pretty cool. You get all of your clones up and then you use a purple beam of death all at the same time. It's pretty fun. Tons of damage coming in from both me and my clones. I mean, I'm on board for it. Well, Decima weakens, and then we have to maypole dance all the way around her to break down her shield, and then go in harder once she's vulnerable. I didn't have to say it like that. She runs away to heal and blow up another bloodstone like we were just asked not to. And Stoic Alder is literally standing right there. I actually didn't know if that was programmed, that was supposed to be, he was going to get hit by the bloodstone explosion. I mean, I thought that that's what was going to happen, but it just turns out that he was just lagging behind. I've already said it. Someone is going to die here. It's either Stoic or Pokey, and my money's on Stoic right now. I'm just saying. Well, Greer comes down, and now we have to throw hands, and I forgot how much I hated this guy. I hate the amount of conditions and AoEs as he has. He's just a pain in the neck. Well, we go through it, and now it's time for our Warclaw to come out again, and you get a cool achievement if you finish in a certain time. And it's probably one of the only times that I'll get an achievement for finishing quickly. Well, his shield goes down, and we get the TPS, and we pop another Bloodstone to weaken him further, and then we plant those trees again like we did the first time. Who's ready for some more Garden Wars 2? The trees weaken him for some reason, and now we bring him down even further. And the only thing I will take away from this fight is that Waiting Sorrow, lore-wise, should be absolutely wrecking everything and everyone. Like, she's like this legendary wizard, like one of the best wizards from the Wizard Society. Like, she should be wrecking face. Absolutely. I'm just saying. She is truly the legendary wizard, man. Come on, do something legendary. Well, we throw some rods onto the ground and DPS Decima while she's low, and it's a similar dance to what we've already done and have been doing. It's like a rinse and repeat like 2 or 3 times, and we get these guys down to like 10%. And of course, they're like, oh, we're weak, we gotta run away. And it's like, why can't we just finish them now? Call it a day. This is the end of the expansion. Kill them. Done. Finished. Well, we get a steam barrier, and then we are assaulted by a voice named Ura, I'm gonna go with Ura, who basically tells us that we need to retreat. We need to stand down because to follow is imminent death. And it's like, well, I can't follow any further because you're blocking me, so.
Why you can't?
Because the door's not open all the way.
So you wanna be a gangster?
Ura is like, I'm stronger than my stock, but I honestly, this is just kind of pissed. Like, we couldn't even kill like one of these guys. Like, we were so close to killing both of them, and then they were both ripped away. Like, come on, just give us one. Just give us one. That's all I ask. Well, back at the Angry Bear's home, we talked to some of the members of the group here, and it's like we're the Avengers right after ordering shawarma. Hoist Arrow is mostly pissed because of how many opportunities we had to kill these guys before everything went to crap. I mean, the devs could, you guys could have let us kill one. There's a dev watching. You could have let us kill one. I'm just asking the questions here. I'm just saying. Well, now it's time for Waiting Sorrow to come back to the Wizard's Tower and confront everyone after being gone for approximately 2 million years. Maybe not that long, but you get the point. Somehow, we are able to slip in, but we also find out that apparently Waiting Sorrow designed the security wards here. Like, seriously, how old is she? This is getting kind of ridiculous, I'm just saying. Well, we talk to our angry floating smart guy, and he asks us about what happened, and then he drops the, what about the second mission? Like, dude, you can't keep your Barry White voice down a little bit lower? Jeez. Well, we get a cool cutscene, and in walks Sorrow, who looks sad, of course, because Isgarin is now super duper pissy, and we have to justify our actions as the Wayfinder to the Isgarin jerk. I really want an option that says, like, look, I did the mission, so leave me alone. Like, you know, well, Waiting Sorrow tells us that she feels terrible to have left the way that she did, but she needed to, and she needed to spend times with her bears, and she just happened to be lucky that she was there when the Titans were attacking. Honey, we call that plot armor. Well, she tells us that she has an idea of what caused the Titan business. Floaty Gandalf then tells us to go stand outside because apparently invited to the Cool Kids Club, and basically this wraps up the launch story of Janthir Wilds. Also, we get like a really cool dagger that's actually just a fist weapon. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the end of the launch story for Janthir Wilds created significantly more questions than answers, which I suppose is a good thing because I know that this is going to push the story further. We're going to have updates which has more zones and other things. So that's cool. I like that. And it does make the biggest of difference when we are playing through a story to have intrigue of what's going to happen next. It does make the biggest difference when we are playing through a story to have like intrigue of moving forward. However, this end did introduce Ura as a Titan Imperatrix, which seems like a bigger bad version of the Titans that we are fighting. I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect that. But I also don't think that we'll have to answer the bigger question, which is of Waiting Sorrow's true history as well as her ascension. She was raised to the level of wizard by Isgarin out of caring. Isgarin cared for her, but that's apparently breaking Seer rules to do so. And if I'm to be honest, the story ending was only all right. Like, yes, there were a bunch of questions that still needed to be answered, but if I'm honest, I was hoping for like a major reveal. Yes, we got to see the voice and the name of Ura, but really nothing more. It would have been so much cooler if there was like a big show interest and perhaps a character elimination. Again, I'm still standing on the vein that I think Stoic is going to die before the end of this expansion. If we had like a huge twist like that, and then the enemies that we were fighting were still alive, and then we saw a vision of Ura, and she was the one who killed Stoic, like That would create so much more intrigue in my mind. It would have like propelled me like, oh crap. Now, you know, we have like this chip on our shoulder. We lost one of our favorite fluffy bears. Like it could have been a little bit better in my opinion. Overall though, I will say I'm happy with the ending, even though it was a tad underwhelming. I have documented my whole journey through Guild Wars 2 Janthir Wilds playthrough, and you can catch every episode here. Otherwise, stay caffeinated, folks.